Almost Happy New Year. How about that? I got in here just in time. Oh my God, I thought I was going to make it in before 10 o'clock. Well, 10:05, 10:08. I can't see it from there. Welcome. This is the last show of the year, and I'm late. That's okay. I was out, and I thought I'd make it back here with plenty of time. And no, I'm rushing. But anyway, here we go. We do have a show going right now. Am I out live? Let's go back out here. Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me playing a song all night long? That's what I'm doing just for you. Lowering the mic a little bit. Okay, so that's mic 1, mic 2. And I got one more button over here. Let's see what that one does. Okay, now we got that other button going. This is why I have a crew cut. Not much hair to worry about. Oh, I guess I am getting out. Okay, so let's check out the cameras. Make sure they all made it on. Because I took this one off the tripod for the Christmas week. And I also took, who else? I took Eleanor off between Christmas. Actually, I took Eleanor with me on Christmas Day to my brother's house. So I took that one off. The only one that managed to stay in place is this guy. So there should be no settings changes on this one right here. And we should have sound. I see my meters going. I was even telling Jim Monday when I talked to him earlier, make sure you look at your meters. Sit in the chair well. I was rushing to run in here. And let's see. I'm supposed to be over here. Little bit too close for comfort. Okay, so that was a rush. Nice to get your blood flowing a little bit. Here we are over here. Mic is too low. Mic is too low. We can raise that up. There we go. We are up now into the yellow. Okay, the yellow is where I actually like to be to begin with. So now, you know, it goes from green, and then you get a little area of yellow, and then you get red, where you actually are over-modulating. So right now when I'm talking, we're hitting the yellow, baby. We are hitting the yellow. So it should be pretty good right now. So it's set to 4 o'clock. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see. We got anybody in here? Boom. Wow! The room is full. Holy cow! What the hell? Everybody was waiting for me? Hello? What a surprise! When I opened the window, it's full all the way from the top to the bottom. Okay, here we go. Scotty's the first one in. Tonight is Norm's chicken. Oh, how'd you know I was hungry? It's Sly and her pies, and you know what kind of pies Sly does. Sly does cherry pie, and I love cherry pie. And McDonald's coffee, that's from Randy. Oh, it says it Randall. With Mickey D's coffee and some hot chocolate. Anyone else want to bring some Thai dishes to our pre-New Year's party tonight? So, don't you get the urge to get in there and go live every once in a while? Even during the week between Christmas and now, Christmas was what? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today's Friday. I felt like, I wanted to get on and see you guys. That's just the way I felt. I felt it that way. Okay. So that's Scotty. And Scotty says Evelyn is bringing her Notorious. Why is it Notorious? Vegetable soup. I like vegetable soup because, you can do a lot of things with vegetable soup. You could get vegetable soup and go to Publix or whatever your, where am I? Over here. Whatever your grocery is, or a Costco. And then go in there and buy a cooked chicken, take off the skin, cut it up, and put all those pieces of cooked chicken into your vegetable soup, and you've got a vegetable soup. And it's fantastic. Fantabulous. Okay, so Bring it, Evelyn. Bring your notorious chicken soup. So that's what we got. I did mention Costco. Costco's having some kind of a problem, okay? And the problem seems to be, let's move this so it's not sticking out. Otherwise it's going to look dumb. That's better. Okay, so like right here, it's blurry, but you can see when I talk, it'll go up and down and up and down. So Costco got a problem with eggs. So if you actually get your eggs from Costco, then you should pay attention. If you don't worry about it. So the eggs that come from Costco, the FDA has put an emergency bulletin. An emergency bulletin, okay? And that is, there's some eggs that have caused some death already. So this is not a game. So if you are actually buying your eggs at Costco, either return them or throw them away and get yourself some fresh new eggs, okay? It's hitting the red every once in a while. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Don't get upset. Okay, and all right, so what I do is when I buy eggs, all the way back from when my dad was here and he left to go to heaven in 2015. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Golly gee whiz, I haven't seen Pops in 9 years. I better not remind myself of that. That would be sad. Okay, so in order to keep him from getting sick, I started pasteurizing all the eggs. And the way I did it is if you have an Instant Pot and that Instant Pot has a sous vide built into it, then you could set the sous vide at 130 degrees because the eggs start cooking, I think, at 132. So you don't want to cook them. You want to kill the salmonella. So this is not only the Costco eggs. This is anybody's eggs. I buy eggs at Publix. And the last batch of eggs, I bought them at Walmart. And they're called Handsome eggs, like me, Mr. Handsome. Now, the eggs that are bad from Costco, guess what farm they come from? They come from the Handsome farm. And I got, oh my God, I got so upset. And then I said to myself, well, I'm going to, pasteurize them anyway. So you put them in a sous vide machine, whether you've got the Instant Pot like I have. I know Sly has an Instant Pot. She's got exactly the same one. I believe Randy has an Instant Pot. I think Justin has an Instant Pot. I don't remember if Jim has an Instant Pot. Well, it doesn't matter. If you have an Instant Pot, but it has to have the sous vide feature. If it doesn't, you need sous vide because you want to control the, the temperature. So the temperature that you want is 130 degrees, and the time that you want is 3 hours. Now, if you go online to Google, they're going to give you a whole bunch of little different numbers. Go with the numbers that I'm telling you, because when they had Davidson's pasteurized eggs, I found out from them before they were taken off the market or they are not being sold in Publix anymore, that they pasteurize 130 degrees for 3 hours. Okay, and if that was good enough to be sold nationwide and there's no lawsuits and they're sold as pasteurized eggs, then that's the one that I want to go with. Okay, so if you have any kind of a sous vide machine. So what the pasteurization does is it basically kills the 3 major kinds of bacteria that are deadly to humans. Listeria, Salmonella, and E. coli. And you've got to, the way the FDA tells you is 165 degrees. Once it hits 165 degrees, I think it has to hit it for 30 seconds or so, and it kills all the bacteria. But in sous vide, you don't cook at that. So you've got to look at the time to substitute for the temperature. So that's why I'm talking about using the sous vide machine to get your eggs pasteurized. So if you're elderly, I'm not putting a scare in you, but you don't want to deal with extra sickness right now. You don't want anything stupid to happen because of a slip. And these things get transferred by people in restaurants that work and their hands aren't clean, or they go to the bathroom and they don't wash their hands, and some contaminant gets into the food, or just family at home. If the hands aren't clean and some contaminant can get into the food, and you can get salmonella poisoning, you can get E. coli, you can get Lister poisoning. I think it's Listra, okay? So I started doing the pasteurization process all the way back then. So the awkward thing is that Walmart, when they delivered my eggs, because I'm a stickler with eggs, because I don't have a wide diet when I'm normally on it, okay? I have beef, butter, eggs, and bacon, and I try to stick to those things. And I've hit my weight classification, so I've actually lowered the tolerance level. So I'll go up to, let's say, 30 carbs a day from 20 carbs a day. And yes, over the holiday season with the cooking and everything, I gained 10 pounds. But I consider that okay, because all I have to do is just zip back over to beef, butter, eggs, and bacon, and that weight will drop off. So today is Friday. So on Wednesday or Tuesday night, I'm not going to restrict myself. If they got pie, I'm going to eat pie. If they've got cake, I'm going to eat cake. If they got salad, I'm going to eat salad. If they got vegetables, I'm going to eat vegetables. If they got mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes, I'm going to eat that. Okay, so what I'm not going to do is go crazy, okay? And then I'll just ease right back into my normal eating habits. And the purpose of it is not to lose weight. And keep that in mind. The purpose of it is for a healthier body. It's not bulletproof. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen, right? So you just got to be careful, or at least I do, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I do know that Carlos at the Daily Man and his new one, Bokeh Bashuda, he's gone keto, not carnivore. Keto is like, you got the I can eat anything diet. Okay, now one level over is like a vegetarian diet, and one level over from that is vegan. Okay, so start back over in the center and go the other way. Instead of this way, go this way. So you got keto. Keto targets the lowering of the sugars, and the reason that it does that is for a specific purpose, because your body secretes insulin, and the more insulin it secretes, the more, what do you call it when you get inflammation, the more inflammation it causes. So you go from I'll eat anything, anytime, anywhere, which is the center. It's the SAD diet, Standard American Diet, SAD, SAD. It's the SAD diet. There's some professional places for that. McDonald's, Wendy's, Denny's, just about any restaurant serves you the Standard American Diet. So if we click it over one notch, now you're at keto. Now we're limiting the amount of sugar, direct, or things that turn into sugar, like baked potato, rice, bread, ice cream, pies. Those things turn into sugar. So you're trying to lower the sugar. Now, there is one more click. Remember, Standard American Diet? You go click this way, you got vegetarian. One more click and you got vegan. You do this way, you've got keto. One more and you've got carnivore. Carnivore basically is, for lack of better explanation, it's a meat-based diet. Now, what I have learned, and I'm practicing a little bit, is you don't have to do this for the rest of your life. You could do it so many days a week where you're cleansing by eating, let's say, just meat and eggs and bacon and butter, okay? Let's say you do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday. And then on the weekend, you loosen up and go to a loose keto. You can have a piece of pie, you can have some ice cream, you can eat, I would say, closer to the SAD, Standard American Diet. Okay? So the target on this side of the clicks, okay, is to target sugars, because sugars cause inflammation and insulin, and the more insulin your body pumps out, your body gets into a state called insulin resistance. Now, insulin resistance means it's kind of like it ignores the insulin. Your body ignores the insulin that your liver or wherever, I forgot what makes the insulin, so it makes more. Aha, I know what I'll do. I'll raise the volume. Okay? So by doing that, you start to build a resistance more and more and more. Now, these sugar items, they wind up through a process of whatever the process is. I'm not a doctor. They wind up as stuff that floats in your bloodstream, platelets, okay? And these things attach themselves to the wall, and you get hardening of the arteries is one thing, okay? Or you get a lot of platelets and they build up, and when they get a big enough clump, when the blood rushes through, it actually breaks off the buildup that it did, and that could clot somewhere. If it clots in your heart or in your brain, you got what they call a stroke, or you've got what they call a heart attack. So in order to fight that, you can go to people that do amazing advertising. You take this pill and it will lower your cholesterol level. It'll clean out your clogged arteries. And the answer is no, it doesn't. Okay? The way you got to eat it is your body has to eat it off or clean out your arteries. And you got to switch from the sugar-based diet. You've got to switch over to another fuel. And that's fat. And I still, as much weight as I lost, I still got plenty of fat. This thing is nudging me and it's annoying me, okay? So you want your body to burn the fat. So you take away the sugars, but you don't want to starve yourself. So you start giving it the other energy that your body burns, which is fat. So when you lower your calories, just never mind the diet, you just lower your intake of food, and your body starts to eat the fat. So your body can very easily eat fat. It burns fat. It's designed to burn fat. I mean, you look at carnivore animals like lions and tigers and stuff like that. They eat a meat-based diet, okay? And the meat's got fat in it. Very rarely do you find in nature a vegetable-based diet. Now, rabbits eat celery, cows eat grass. Okay, so I didn't say there was none, but just like animals have paws and teeth to protect themselves from humans and other predators, well, vegetables don't have paws and teeth. So how are they protecting themselves? They secrete stuff called lectins, and there's a second part to it, and that basically makes you sick. So some people, you'll find they don't have a tolerance for a certain food because it's got lectins in it and the other thing, which I cannot remember the name of. So it defends itself from being eaten by poisoning you. I mean, it's pretty simple. So in order to keep from poisoning you, you stop eating, that kind of food. Because the first stages of a high sugar is you get different levels of diabetes. It's called type 1 and type 2, but I get them confused. One means you're going to be taking insulin, and the other means the doctor's telling you, lose weight, eat less sugar. Okay? Well, you could change all of that on your own, and you don't have to shake up your world, but you need to make minor adjustments to what you're eating. And that is for health purposes. It's not because, I'm overweight and I want to lose some weight. Well, the healthiest way to lose weight is to go vegan, that one notch over, not vegan, is to go keto, one notch over. Or if you want to hit the pedal to the metal, you go carnivore. Okay? If you want to back off, you go what they call ketovore, meaning you're watching your sugar, but you're leaning heavily towards meats, which is steak, hamburgers, lamb and stuff like that. And the people that are really into that a lot, they even allow you to have processed meats. Now, I don't think that's that healthy, to be honest with you, but it is a meat, so Spam. And when I was doing bacon, I decided to try Spam because Spam is a meat. And I cooked Spam up pretty good. You fry it in a pan, both sides, and it can actually taste better than bacon sometimes. So I don't know what got me into a diet tangent, but that's what I did. So I apologize for that. Oh, it was the eggs at Costco. So that's the important message that I have for you right now. If you are buying your eggs at Costco, do your own research rather than getting it from me. I could tell you something wrong, and it might not even be something in your state. So it might not be something in like where Sly is in Oklahoma, or where Randy is in Texas, or where Jim is in Virginia, or it could be in all three of those places. The point is, if you have bought Costco eggs, you don't want to go through the problem of doing the research and all that gobbledygook, okay? Then return the eggs or throw them away and go buy another brand from your grocery store, and then you don't have to worry about salmonella, okay? So like my sister-in-law said, well, I don't want to throw away 18 eggs, so she buys the 18. Well, take them back. Costco has a return policy. Tell them I'm not satisfied with the eggs, and with the Costco recalling the eggs, and the FDA is the one that issued the highest level of emergency on the eggs. So this is not Costco telling us the eggs could be bad, don't eat them. This is the FDA that put out a bulletin on those eggs. So I thought somebody dinged me. Okay, so I do see my volume meter. Jim, I'm looking at my volume meter. Okay, I talked to Jim, and I told him one of the ways that I make sure that my volume is doing A-okay is to actually put the meter up, and I have it. So I see it moving, and it's hitting the yellow because Woody said it was a little low from before. So that is my egg lesson. Now, did anyone get anything interesting photography related for Christmas? That's the title of the show. So maybe we ought to do something pertaining to the title of the show. Hello? So I have the S9 here. Let me put that one on. Now, this I don't own, but I like this little camera. It's very cool, very small, and it's got most of what it gets packed into the S5 Mark II in this little body. It doesn't have a fan. Randy says his hasn't overheated. This one has not overheated. But I did take Eleanor. Now, where's Eleanor? I'm switching all these cameras around. I took Eleanor, the one you're looking at right now, with me to Christmas. And I took the, what is it, Randy? The 20 to 70 millimeter f4 lens. That lens performed fantastic. What an awesome lens. I am just amazed at that lens. It's not a 24 to 70. It's a 20 to 70, okay, f4. And Eleanor, for the first time ever, overheated. And I did notice, because it was cool out, my brother turned the air conditioner off and opened the windows, all right? But in the process, we went there at 2, 3 in the afternoon. By the time we were at the Presence, which was opening gifts at about 8, 9 o'clock, the temperature rise. I was sweating. And then my camera overheated, and I told my brother, I said, hey, my camera overheated. I'm breaking into a sweat. I think you ought to turn the air conditioner back on, because we don't want people to, get sick or anything. So that's what we did. So I made, obviously because of financial restrictions that I'm in right now, I did ask the kids and the family what they wanted that I could make. I thought maybe I could make some prints or something for the wall, or something that I could make that doesn't require a Visa, MasterCard, or anything like that. They were all 100% unanimous. They wanted me to make my bread. Okay, so what is unique about my bread is do you know what it means if I say I mill the wheat? I get the wheat directly like from the fields. The wheat comes off of the fields, and you get the wheat. What do they call them? Wheat something, but the wheat grains. All right. So you get that, and you have to mill it like in the old days where they made bread fresh every day. They would have the horse or the donkey or something go round and round with the grindstone in the center, and it would be grinding the wheat. Now, when you grind the wheat, there's 3 parts of the wheat, and I should have kept my mouth shut because you're going to ask me, Peter, what's the 3 parts of the wheat? I don't know all 3 parts. One is called the endosperm, one is called the starch, and I can't remember the 3rd part, okay? So they take all the parts out except for the starch, and they sell all the other parts either to farms or bakeries or whatever it is, wherever it goes, okay? And the wheat that makes our bread is the starch only part of the wheat. Now, they say wheat is bad for you, but they're not talking about what you get at Publix or Kroger or something like that. Even if you get whole wheat flour, it still has everything removed, okay? And then they add fake stuff back in. So when I make the bread, I grind or I mill the wheat I have an electric mill. I take that flour because I mill it to the finest grain possible, and I make the bread. Now you go, oh well, that's very nice. Well, no, let me tell you something. Okay, we're gonna talk poop here for a second. Yeah, number 2. All right. So I made like 16 loaves of bread. And I kept a couple of loaves, all right, because it was overkill. And on some of them, I put cranberries and walnuts, and oh my God, the bread is so good. So anyway, I've been eating maybe 2 or 3 slices of the bread, one with my eggs in the morning. And if I make a hamburger or something, I don't use store-bought buns. Okay, even though I like the Pepperidge Farm buns with the sesame seeds on it. Woo, that tastes so good. Okay, I use my own buns, and it does taste great. It's got no sugar in it when I make the bread. It's got no sugar. It's got no flour except for the fresh milled flour. The eggs are the kind of eggs that I get. So the kind of eggs that I get are called pasture raised. The chickens are in a pasture. They're not what they call cage free, because you can have all the chickens in their cages in a building. You open all the cages, that's cage free eggs. They're not outside. They're still eating what the stuff that whatever they're putting down with the antibiotics and everything. They say no added antibiotics, but it doesn't say it doesn't have any antibiotics. So I want the eggs because I only eat beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. So I don't want crappy eggs. Okay, I want eggs from the chicken that goes out and eats the bugs, eats the grass, digs its nose. Have you ever seen chickens out there? They're hunting for the bugs and they're eating natural eggs. Those kind of eggs, mark it down in your book. Write it down with your pen. That is called pasture raised. The chickens are out and harvested in a pasture. Okay? Now, you've got free range. Doesn't mean what you think. It's got cage free. Doesn't mean what you think. You need pasture. The chickens got to go out in the pastures. And the longer, the better. So you see these farmers that sustain themselves, or people that live off the land, they got chickens. The chickens are out in the yard. Many of them have to put fences because the chickens, the fox will come and kill them and eat them or something. So they put fences up to protect their chickens. They go out there every morning, and they've got fresh, unadulterated eggs. Okay, so I use that in the bread that I make. And the only thing that's in there's no milk, olive oil, and I don't get the extra virgin olive oil. I get the regular olive oil. And there's a reason for that, which you're not into cooking. You don't need to hear about all that. So the bread that I bake is actually healthy. Okay? So, I wanted to talk poop. Poop! Yeah, the real thing. You know, when you get up in the morning or you go before you go to bed at night and you got to sit on the toilet and you're in your library and sitting there and you're waiting. Okay? Well, I've been eating the bread. And let me tell you, I don't know how else to phrase this, but if you want to feel a really fantastic smooth move, okay, be eating some of my bread or learn how to make your own bread. Now, you don't have to get expensive equipment and stuff, but you do have to find organic or clean wheat. And I'll give you a heads up right now. The two kinds of wheat you need to get is either hard white, hard, H-A-R-D, white, or hard red, okay? And it doesn't mean it's white or red wheat. It's the time of the year that it's grown, okay? And that's how they label it. The one that's grown more close towards winter is called red, hard red wheat. The one that's grown more towards the summer and those the different weather patterns, that's called hard white. Okay, so the hard red has a nuttier flavor to it. Not bad. I use both. I got 50-pound bags. I got two 25-pound bags, so you got to buy 50 pounds if you're going to buy from the big houses. And you put them in a container, and as long as the container is sealed, you can go for 25 years. If bugs get in it, 10 minutes. Okay, so you really want to seal your wheat in a really good way. Vacuum pack it. Get the 5-gallon buckets of empty buckets from Home Depot. Okay, and they make lids where it's got a thing that you turn and it's got a gasket, so it really seals it. Put it in a cool place. That'll last forever. I was on one bucket when I didn't make bread much at all for like 3 years. Now I'm running low. I'm going to have to probably, what month are we in? We're heading into January. Probably January or February, I'm going to probably have to buy another bag of wheat. So I made the bread for the whole family. And I thought maybe they were just appeasing me because I'm the kind of guy that gives gifts. It's a joy for me to give gifts. We got some people in here that are professional gift givers. Randy's got the biggest heart you ever wanted to meet, and he gives gifts. Even more than Randy is Sly. She is the queen of giving gifts. She lives to give gifts, okay? You give her something, oh, thank you. And then she's back to giving presents again, okay? So there's something about giving gifts. So I didn't like the fact that I didn't have gifts. I'm used to buying a CD player, and then they came out with the Blu-ray players. Then they came out with the flat screen LCDs. 24-inch and 32-inch was a big TV. And then now it's 65, 85 inches and stuff like that. So that is a joy for me. Might not be for you. For you, it might be holding on to your money like Scrooge. No, give them a Twix or a Kit Kat candy bar. If they're related, you give them two. So you're the Scrooge, okay? So not me. It's for me. It's like, buy those presents, baby. Just buy those gifts. That's what you've got to do, is buy the presents to make me happy. I need to buy presents. Okay, so I got sidetracked here. And, all right, so I lowered the volume a little bit too much. I need to hit the jello. Otherwise, Woody will start getting upset, and we don't want Woody upset. Okay. So, everybody's making fun of me for being late. I'm going to pass those over and pretend they're not there. It's Christmas. I could do that, okay? If I'm late, there's a reason. I'm not just sitting on the toilet, although that is a good reason. If I have to go potty, I better go before the show starts so that I don't go like, oh, okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes, okay? No, so I don't want to do that. That would be embarrassing. If I have to do it, I'll do it. I'm not going to sit here and make a mess in my... Never mind. We're not going to go there. So anyway, my wheat bread has been giving me really good toilet time. Can I say it that way? Okay. And The reason that that's important is even though they list the wheat as a bad item to eat if you're carnivore, okay, and if you're keto, the Bible calls wheat as an important part of life, even calls it the staff of life, okay? So God knew what he was doing when he made wheat. Have you ever seen like a really, really big warehouse? And in this really, really big warehouse, you got a man, and he's got a really wide broom, and he's sweeping that concrete floor, and those bristles are just brushing that floor. Well, wouldn't you like to do that in your colon, your intestines, all the way up? That's what wheat does, but not the kind you get at the grocery store. Even the whole wheat doesn't hardly do anything, okay? It doesn't have the 3 parts of the wheat. They take it out and then they put synthesized stuff back in. When I mill my wheat, when I grind it with the grinder, the name of my grinder is called a Wonder Mill, okay? It's electric. I'm not sitting here going like that, okay? All 3, and you could see the different parts in the flour that I make when I grind the wheat. So when I'm having the bread, it's actually taking a broom and sweeping out my intestines. Okay, they say that John Wayne, when he passed away, had 50 or 80 pounds of stool plastered like wallpaper all the way up his intestines. So as heavy as that man was, and as much as he was eating, the nutrition was not getting through that wallpaper of crap to feed his body. Okay? And then there was another person that's a star that they found like 100 pounds of feces just lining his intestines. Well, God designed our intestines to, like the heart, which it beats. Your intestines are supposed to do 7 to 9 beats per minute, meaning that squishing that it does, every minute it should squeeze all the way down 8 to 9 minutes. They call it the intestine beat, okay? So the more my intestines are getting plastered with crap, the less nutrition I'm eating, and I'm hungering for sugar because my body is going like, come on, man, give us something to eat. That's why you see fat people and they'll eat a meal. I'm hungry. I still feel hungry because there's nothing sweeping out their intestines, okay? And that is a lesson for me, and if it helps you, that is a wonderful thing. Start to do something that sweeps out your intestines, and that you'll feel better. But also make sure you're getting a good quantity of water, because the water needs to flush the stuff out, okay? So by going carnivore, I noticed I get much more constipated. Or I might go to the bathroom every 2 days, where they say an ideal thing is you'll have a movement maybe twice a day, okay? Well, if I'm on mostly meats, all of that is not giving me much fiber. Yet I still go to the bathroom, and no, it's not hard as a rock. So there is something to the carnivore diet. You are getting things that you need. Now, the lion, when it kills an animal, it will kill an animal that grazes. So by eating that animal, it actually is getting its vegetables, but already digested, meaning the lectins and all that poisons that the vegetables put out will actually have been pre-digested or started to digest it by the deer or whatever it winds up killing, and then eating that. So it's quite a nice system. The more you learn about the system, the better choices that you can make, because all my life I'm thinking if I want to get healthier, I need to go on a diet. I remember Louis Lazuka, he said, I ate healthy today. All I had was a really big salad. Well, you didn't eat healthy, boy. You just had yourself a big bowl of poison. Okay? Now, I'm not saying you didn't try, because I'm sure you tried. Okay? But the point of the fact is, we're not told this stuff. It's there, but it's not easily attainable. Okay? I saw this one kid, 21, 22, his name is Dyson. Dyson, if you're watching, I love you, buddy. Okay, he's come in every once in a while, and he went to the grocery store, and he was pointing at things on the shelf that we think are healthy, and he's going, "No, that's not healthy. You think that's healthy, it's not." Okay, or you think this is healthy, and it's not. Margarine is poisonous to you. Okay, Crisco is poisonous to you. And, then so you try to start getting the good oils. And it's a process, if I can get my tongue to work, of actually educating ourselves so that we eat healthier to get our body more in line with the way it was designed. In my case, I give the credit to God. I don't go for the theory, keyword theory of evolution, that there was a big bang, or that everything went and improved when everything in my yard goes backwards. If I stop weeding, the weeds will go not only where they don't belong, they'll start snuffing out my grass. Yet evolution says it'll get healthier for you. It'll get better. As a matter of fact, the monkeys turned into man. Man, that takes more faith for me to believe that crap than it would be that there's a God and he created the heavens and the earth. First verse in the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And yet, there's people that swear by evolution, and then the Christians come in and go like, well, couldn't it be possible that God worked through evolution? Well, what a miracle that would be, because everything deteriorates, it spoils, it grows mold, it grows bacteria. The bacteria grows maggots. The maggots stink. That is evolution right there. Evolution is not everything got cleaner, it got better, and little by little we created the world. That to me takes so much faith. I don't have enough faith in me to believe that. Okay? I can believe that there is a God and he created the heavens and the earth and everything was perfect when he was done. End of story. No, and there are scientists, okay, just so you don't think, all the people that are what they call creationists are just, they don't want to go with science. No, there are real, honest to God, high-ranking, best in the world scientists that are creation-based scientists and not evolution-based scientists. Okay, so one of the lead figures in this carnivore is Dr. Ken Berry. I follow him. I actually do what he says to do. Okay, but when he talks, the guy he throws his Christianity out the window and he becomes totally the way man ate 10 or 15 million years ago. There was no 10 or 15 million years ago according to the chronology in the Bible. So that is back to the theory of evolution. So you go over to a creationist science. A scientist that believes that God created everything but still works with science. And science needs to prove everything out. Okay? That is called a creation-based scientist. And there's gazillions of those guys out there. There's not like 3 or 4, and the other 5 billion are all evolutionists, okay? That's not how it is. What we've got is pretty much of a balance. So the biggest thing is carbon dating. Carbon dating is where they go through this process, and it tells you how many years old it is. They have proven that it's a complete fallacy that carbon dating doesn't work. I can't explain it. I am not a scientist. I only play one for 3 minutes on my show on Friday night, okay? So I don't know the science behind it. But I do know there is scientists out there that can make my head spin in explaining to me why carbon dating just is not reliable. It could be just a few thousand years, but it registers like 15 or 30 billion years, okay? So there is a balance out there. It does exist, but NBC News, the devil of the news media, is not going to present it to you. They want to destroy the family, your belief in God, our society, and basically the republic for which we live in. Let's get rid of the electoral system and become a democracy. Let's change the whole frickin' government. We are a republic. We're not a democracy. You would have a complete change, which would be called a coup, okay, of government. If you changed the representative system that we have, you'd have to establish a brand new system of government. And yet they flaunt that out there as if it's only fair. Nobody gives a F if it's fair or not. We have a republic. We elect people that go and represent us in our government. That form of a government is called a republic. Okay? What this has to do with cameras, I have no idea. Okay? So let's get back into Christmas. What cameras did you get for Christmas? I'm happy eating my bread. Okay? And be careful of the eggs. I don't want anybody in this group at all, ever, to get sick. All right? So after we go down and we are through making fun of me for being late, we'll go to Randy down here. Happy holidays, everybody. Share your experience with us tonight. Please give us a like and subscribe. Yeah, you notice this channel, I'm not growing, so I must be doing it all wrong. So while I'm sitting here talking about theology and God and Jesus, and I'm talking about bread and poop and all that kind of stuff, I guess I'm going down the wrong road because ain't nobody subscribing. I've been at 450, 453 now for months. Anybody out there that wants to subscribe, please. It's free this week to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. Like Randy said, subscribe and give it a like. Go ahead. You won't get a bill, I promise. It'll be free. Free $100. Woody says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So today is Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. So Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie, will be on tomorrow. Tuesday, Sly will be on, and that'll be Christmas Eve. No, New Year's Eve. So I don't know if she plans on going live or not on New Year's Eve. We'll find out. It's, we'll just have to be there and find out. And then Christmas Day is Wednesday. So this coming Wednesday is New Year's Day. We'll be going over into 2025. Now, how do we know that? We look at the calendar, okay? The calendar says today is December 27th, 2024. So any country in the entire world that looks at the date today shows that it's in 2024. And then on Wednesday, we're going to flip over to 2025. And this is all based on what? It's based on Jesus. Even an atheist, anybody in any religion, even if it's a me-only religion, that's called an atheist, okay? I am God of my world, all right? You all go to the calendar and you all write your checks, or you all use your app for your bank, and the date is based on after death, 2024 AD, after death. Whose death? It wasn't your dog. It wasn't your mother. It was Jesus. So even in North Korea, unless they decide to go over to some screwball calendar, they don't believe in Jesus. They believe in that poo-poo guy that's up at the top, that he's God and he can grant healings. That's what they do in North Korea, and they worship him. But the calendar is based on the real God. The joke's on them. Bah! Okay? So, anyway, you guys get me all riled up. So Woody is saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Oh, Jim is saying I'll bring mac and cheese. Do you make a good mac and cheese, or are you going down to the store and buying it? Mookie says this is why I have a crew cut, not much hair to worry about. Here's Lewis. I was just talking about you. Oh, I saw you on Facebook, Lewis. I saw you with Grandma. Okay, she is so freaking cute. Tell her she gets a big hello from Miami, Florida. So he started doing videos and putting them up on Facebook. I don't know, have you put them here? And Jim Monday's got a new channel. And actually right here. I went right over it. I'll bring mac and cheese. So this is Jim Monday. You notice? Do you see anything new? Jim Out Loud. That's his new channel. So it's got one subscriber because I already went over there and subscribed. Okay, so it's you put at Jim Out Loud in the search area of YouTube, and it'll take you. And make note of the avatar. See what it looks like a foghorn, Jim Out Loud. Okay, so that actually, if you see that, subscribe. And he started a new channel, and he will be making videos to put up on that channel. So he told me he was going to have kind of like a personal and a business channel, and I don't know which is which, but that's the new channel, and apparently he wants us to know, because again, see the words in red, Jim Out Loud? That's the channel you need to find, and you will have found Jim Monday's new channel. So Louis Lazuka, he's got one with his grandmother, and it's up on Facebook, so you can find it. Randy said, and Woody said, the mic is lower. I raised it up, so I'll have to find out if I'm doing okay. Mr. Camera Junkie, don't forget, he'll be on tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And Aiden is his son, and I just love Aiden. I don't know, he feeds him concrete. He's so heavy. Scott says, Peter, are you saving up for a Shark Hydrovac? Yes. I got $110 in Amazon gift certificates, and Sharp Hydrovac is $149. So between Christmas, what's leftovers before people are sending me gift certificates, I did get a gift certificate for Wild Fork. Okay, now Wild Fork is a frozen healthy meat center, but you got to go there. So I won't be able to use that for a while, okay, because there's nobody to take me over there to get the meats. Now, if that was an Amazon gift certificate, I'd be able to buy the Shark Hydrovac now. So why all this business about Shark Hydrovac? Because my brother fancied up the house after we finished with the lawsuit. He made it look beautiful. He did a great job, okay, but we've got thousands of feet of tile. And by the time I mop it from one end to the other, I'm out of breath. I'm winded. I have to go and lay down in the bed, okay, and just rest. So the Shark Hydrovac is like a soft roller, kind of like a microfiber roller, and it goes round. And it puts constant, until you run out, fresh water supply, which you put a tablespoon of its soap, and I'm sure I'm going to create my own soap to put in there because I want it to smell nice. And then it puts the dirty water in the tank. So I can vacuum from one end to the other because you're just doing this. And I pray in tongues, and I sing out loud, and I swing my arms and make it a exercise when I vacuum. It's forward and back. So the Shark Hydrovac is vacuuming and it is mopping at the same time. And the only thing that will stop its flow is when I run out of the liquid. And I expect that probably to happen once, maybe twice, but I don't have the unit, so I don't know how it's going to work. So I think I need another $40 in gift certificates. Hint, hint, hint. My email is in the description below. Make sure it's Amazon, because it's at Amazon, Shark Hydrovac. And then it'll allow me to do my chores. So I buy an item for me to be able to do my chores in the house. Okay, isn't that nice? It's kind of like, okay, here's some money, go buy yourself a lawnmower, and then you can cut the grass. Well, I did that already with the electric lawnmower. I did that how many months ago? So you've got to finagle to get this stuff done. So anybody need another person to give a Christmas gift to? Amazon, get a gift certificate for me, moi, Peter. And when you email it, the email's in the description. Anyway, this is not an advertisement. So yes, Scotty, I am $40 away from hitting my vacuum Hydrovac. Okay, Jim Out Loud says, Jim Monday doesn't have an Instant Pot. Jim uses one burner on the stove and the Ninja Oven air fryer. Ooh, I like that. Okay, now I don't think I could pasteurize in there. I don't think I could set anything to 130 degrees and in the Ninja air oven. I will check it out. I never even thought about it. Okay. So Jim says, Louis Lazuka, you are on fire. Fire. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. Well done, Louis. Louis, somebody's giving you a compliment. Here's Carlos said that he sold his last horse and he left for the coast. Hi, everybody. Wait, that's Evelyn. I want. Okay, here's Carlos. Bouquet Bushudo. Hi, everybody. Yummy. Beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. I think I should write a song. Beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. Beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. Now, if you just went like beef, butter, eggs, and bacon, that's just too generic. Beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. Beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. That's what I'm gonna eat today. Oh, no 4K for no, wrong song. Oh, beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. Beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. So I have to slap my hand. This is microphone management. You got to clap your hand softer because it's right there. So if I did it normally, that's way too loud. So I got to do beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. Beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. Beef, butter, eggs, and bacon. Down my tummy, over my gums, and through something, whatever. So, Evelyn, soup went into the freezer in 4 containers because we are having hash brown omelets, etc. Now, let me tell you something. When you make grits, you got to invite me over because I like to doctor up the grits with lots and lots of butter. Grits is like an alternative to hash browns. So that you guys that are not in the South and you don't know what the hell grits are, okay, it's like a porridge. It tastes good, okay, but I like mine doctored up. I put fresh whole butter, salted butter in my grits, and then I put a little sugar on it, but I don't use sugar, so I'm using 3 or 4 drops of what is called monk fruit, okay, the liquid monk fruit, not the powdered one. And it's a sweet, it becomes like a sweet farina. It tastes so darn good. Stick with me, buddy. We will eat like kings. Okay, thank you, Evelyn. I'm not singing tonight because my throat is a little raspy. Not sore, okay, even though 2 people at my brother's Christmas party had colds. There's no hint. Thank you, Jesus, okay? But I did double up on my oil of oregano. I doubled up on my vitamin D3, which is, believe it or not, supposed to repel colds, especially for people that don't get much sun. Even though I live in Florida, in Miami, I don't get much sun because I don't go out. It's too hot out there. Honestly, I go out and it's like, oh my God, it's cooking me. So vitamin D3 and what else? Vitamin C. I just put the vitamin C right into my smoothie. It's the, 500 milligrams or 1,000 milligrams, and it disappears that way. So Mook is saying, I'm waiting to make sure that my Mega Millions tickets is a winner. If so, I promise to share some of the 1 million with all of you. You're going to have to take me to Popeyes for a chicken sandwich. My new favorite chicken sandwich is Popeyes. I just love the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Can you tell I'm not eating properly this week or last week? But dang, if you got a Popeyes in your area, it's $4.99. Not with the combo. If you want to get with the combo, that's fine. And it's like, holy cow, that thing is ding dong delicious. Ding dong, the witch is dead and Popeye's chicken sandwich is alive and well. It's kicking in my tummy and it's terrific. Okay, so you're gonna have to, if you win the 1 billion, you're gonna have to take me to Popeyes and buy me a chicken sandwich. Okay, you could afford it. It's only $4.99. But if you got $1 billion, you could buy me a chicken sandwich. Yes? Okay. Evelyn says that diet that Peter's on is a super one for getting the weight. I have one other YouTuber who has lost 79 pounds. Gosh, I've lost 65. I'm sorry, I just hit the mic. I've lost 65 and I gained 10 back. But it should drop off easy because my pants still fit fine. And so does my underwear. Those of you that are damn nosy. Okay. Yeah, that diet is supposed to be a healthy way to straighten out your metabolic systems, your liver, your kidneys, your bladder, your pancreas, your intestines. I don't know what other parts there are in there. Your stomach, all of that is supposed to get. It's supposed to make your sex life great. I just made that one up. Okay. So, Woody says, I have been diabetic type 2 for 20 years. So my guess, without really reaching out too far, is that you are darn careful of your sugar intake. So I would guess you're probably on a modified keto diet and you don't even realize it. And you don't realize when you have toast in the morning that you're adding sugar. You don't realize when you have your salad and you have your corn and you have all that stuff, you're adding sugar to your system. So that is the stuff that I've been learning, how and what turns into sugar, so I can avoid it because I don't want the sugar at the time when I don't want the sugar. Now, when I want to eat a frickin' piece of pie, I want the darn sugar, okay? Give me a good piece of pie. Yeah, I know they have all these sugar substitutes. I know all that. But there's something about a pecan pie that's made with real sugars. I don't even know what kind. Maybe brown sugar, who knows? That just tastes right. Okay? One of the few things that I have been able to make on my keto journey is ice cream. And I like my keto ice cream now better than I like the ice cream that even Tillamook, which is one of my best ever. If you've never tasted Tillamook ice cream and you're used to the store-bought ice cream, try that. But my ice cream with no sugar in it at all is better than the Tillamook. So that is saying something. The other thing that's a little weird that I was able to create is pancakes. I make a pancake that's so good I'd rather have those pancakes than the IHOP pancakes. And they are so delicious. So Woody said, I have been a diabetic for 20 years. Randy says there is a type 3 also in the diabetes. And Buka Bushido is, now I want some Spam. Spam, if you cook it up well, oh man, that stuff tastes great. And there's no carbs. Check it out. Now, it is a processed food. So there is a way to eat healthy and not so healthy, but still stay on it. But, I got to have me a little variety. Come on, dude. I'm not 6 feet under. One of the best parts of life is eating. Actually, I think if they replace sex in heaven, I'm not sure that's going to happen, okay? And I can argue that out through the Bible. But there's a lot of people that are saying there is no more sex in heaven. And the way they come up with that is there won't be any marriages. No one will be given or taken in marriage in heaven. So they're just assuming there's no sex in heaven. Okay? So just go with that just for fun. Okay? What would be that good to replace sex? And the only thing that I can think of that emits the same sounds as sex is eating. Oh my God. That tastes so good. And, on and on. And I'm not going to turn this into a porn show. But with sex, you can only do it with one person at a time. But with eating, you can have a table with 15, 20 people. And you can all be sounding like you're having some big, vast orgy. Because the food tastes so good. And for all we know, everything from people that go to heaven and come back say everything is amplified. Colors are amplified. The sounds are so beautiful. I can't even tell you what it sounds like. Well, what if the food tastes so much better that it's erotic to eat the food? And now you're not even just limited to having food with one person. So if you take me out for lunch and we're at that table moaning and groaning over our Chick-fil-A hamburger, we could be having a Thanksgiving feast up there. And my God, the place sounds like it's having a 100-person orgy. Okay? Anyway, that's what I think is a possibility to replace sex. Because sometimes I eat something and I go, oh, dang, that's better than sex. Now, I don't really mean it, but I mean it's really that good. Okay? So... Carlos wants some spam, and be careful. Stay away from products that say they're keto. Yeah, things that say they're keto and labeled as keto is a marketing ploy. If you look at the ingredients, it's full of stuff that's bad for your heart. Any kind of a plant seed oil, seeds, soybean, number one. Look, if it says soy anything on it, it's not good for your heart. Okay? Soy is an anti-heart plant. And everything has got soy. It starts with the word soybean, soybean oil, soybean meal, blah, 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 on and on and on. Okay? So, and then they have no sugar in it, full of soybean crap, and it's keto. It'll kill you, you know. It's a keto killer. But they are usually a scam. Carlos is right. I got a Wildlife Center of Virginia hat for photographing over 50 eagle releases in Virginia. And you know where you would see those? You would see them on Woody's... Oops, I keep hitting the mic. My apologies. You would see them on his Facebook channel, because he puts some beautiful pictures up there. Okay, so Jim said, I got B&H gift certificates. Yay! I'm going to purchase Impact Varipole. He's going to purchase an Impact Varipole set as a new camera and lighting support. That's the kind of pole, it's like a pole and it expands and with a spring. So you put it between the floor and the ceiling and it expands like that. And if you give it enough tension up there and you don't break your ceiling or floor, you can put a tripod on there, a tripod clamp, and put cameras or lighting or exactly what he's doing. So Randy is congratulating Woody for his accomplishment with the special hat for photographing over 50 eagles release. Let's see, over 8-year span. Oh, they weren't all at once. Okay. Honestly, Woody, I thought it was all at once. I thought they released 50 eagles, and I'm going, boy, what a sight that must have been. Let me fix my shirt. I rushed so much to race in here, I didn't check my hair or my shirt. Well, now that the show's over, it is what it is, right? Well, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, that reminds me. Charles is back on Facebook. I just saw the thumbs down. We know who is giving that, okay? So I just want to say he's back on Facebook. So he got married. I did see the video, he put up there, and Sly even commented on it. So Charles went through some hard times, and he was actually homeless for a while. And Randy scooped right in and put him up and paid for the hotel for the entire week for him, okay? And so Charles owes Randy a big, big thing of gratitude. He needs to be saying the nicest things about Randy. And Sly, because I think she helped him too. So, we do try to take care of our own, but we don't like sour grapes. So sour grapes, you need either a spanking or you need to grow up. And if you're too old for a spanking, you need to grow up, okay? And putting a thumbs down, I think you need a spanking because you still haven't grown up. That's what I think, okay? My channel, get your own channel. And tell everybody how I don't act like a Christian. Carlos Bouquet Bushudo says, I've been using those Varipoles for a while now. Jim out loud. I have 3 of them in my office, attached lights, cameras, everything. I got 1. They work really, really well. Randy says this is not camera related for tonight. Randy, you can say anything you want. We're having a good time. It's family. But all of this talking about food, I'm sending my grocery store a list for delivery for tomorrow. Yes, he gets delivery too, just like I do. I get delivery through Walmart Marketplace. Is that the name of it? Or is that Amazon Marketplace? It's Walmart, okay? Because I'm elderly and I'm over a certain age, I get the delivery for free. And so it doesn't cost $10 or you have to buy $50 worth of stuff. Now, I don't abuse it, but I use them heavily for groceries. So I get my replenishment check for my food on the 1st, and I get my Social Security check on, what day does it come in? 2nd or 3rd? So just in a few days, because I'm down to 0 right now. I do have the gift certificates from Amazon, but that is earmarked for that hydrovac, shark. Hydrovac? Yeah. Scott knows. Ask him. So, Bouquet's answering Randy. I have gained 10 pounds this week with 3 different parties, and I am stuffed. You too, Randy? I gained 10 pounds also. That's funny. I guess 10 pounds is about what we eat enough of, you know. Woody says, I locked my family out for getting me photography stuff because they ain't got a clue. Ain't that right? You'll get a plastic meter that reads ultraviolet light. I got you something for photography, Uncle Woody. No. No. You want to get me something for photography? You get me a B&H gift certificate or an Adorama. Okay. Remember, guys, to use my links before you buy something. That puts a few pennies in my pot for this channel. Okay. So we're up to $100 for the month of December. Yes, sirree. So in 2 months, I think they rotate. 90 days is 3 months. I will get that check. So it doesn't come in instantly. So if you're going like, well, Peter, why don't you buy your hydrovac? Yeah, I'm looking at the money. It's sitting there. But I can't get it until they release it. So all I can do is smile and look pretty. So Carlos Bouquet Bishido. No, it's not Bushido. Bushido, okay. I didn't mean that. It came out accidentally, Carlos. Right, Randy, it's easy to eat during the holidays. Everything looks so much better right now. Especially the cookies. What's a good hearty soup to make? Oh, man. I love soup. Go and get yourself a real chicken. Not live, okay? And put it in a big fat old pot. Big pot. And boil it for an hour. Okay? And take the chicken out of the water. Do not throw the water away. The water is the gold. Okay? Then, if it's soft enough where you could strip all the meat and everything off, strip all the meat off, save all the bones. That's the good part. Put the bones back and boil it. Fill your pot back up with water for another 2 hours, and you're making what's called Jewish penicillin. Okay? So when you're done with that, pour it through a strainer, throw all the bones away, and now you've got the base for a soup. So what I do at that point, honestly, is I just get the frozen vegetables at the grocery store because they're much better and fresher than the fresh vegetables, because by law, you have to flash freeze vegetables within 2 hours of them coming off the field. There's no such law if you pull off vegetables and put them shipment for the market. So what they do for those vegetables is they pre-pick them. They put them in a cold storage for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then when they're ready to put them out on display, fresh vegetables, come and get them. No. The fresh frozen vegetables. The guy at Publix told me that, okay? I told him, how do I know which is the freshest ones? He says they're in the freezer. And he knew he was setting me up. And I'm going like, no, I don't want that kind of garbage. I want fresh. I only want to eat the fresh stuff. Fresh stuff's in the freezer. I said, why do you say that? He says, because legally, when we buy the fresh stuff that goes in the freezer, they have to flash freeze it. Within 2 hours of when it comes off the field onto that cart, it goes straight to a freezer. It's picked at the ripe, R-A-P-E, time, okay? It's not picked ahead of time. They flash freeze it. They can store it for a long time, but once it's frozen, it can last for months, okay? And then when you thaw it out, you've got very, very fresh, flash frozen vegetables. So our grocery store has like mixes, carrots, broccoli, zucchini. Well, one of them is called a Capri, C-A-P-R-I mix. So what is it? That blue eye or something? Bird's eye, or the Publix Green Wise, which is their organic. And I just buy 3 or 4 of those bags. And after the bones have started cooking, okay, at least 2 hours. And you don't have to time it to just 2 hours. You can lower the fire and let it simmer another 3 or 4 hours. Okay, just don't let all the water evaporate. All right, and don't overfill it, because now you're going to add 3 bags of frozen vegetables. Now, when you've strained it, and you do have to strain it, okay, you don't want those bones and all that grit in your soup. You want clear, golden broth. If you have to, I strain mine sometimes 2, sometimes 3 times. I just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, okay? And then when I look at the liquid, it looks like liquid, golden liquid color. And I add the vegetables to it. And what do I have to boil the vegetable? Bring it back to a boil again for 30, 35 minutes. And the vegetables are softened and cooked. Okay? Then, here's the next trick. I don't reuse the meat from that chicken, because I normally don't buy an organic chicken. Okay? Because I'm going to throw all the meat away. So what I do is one of 2 things. The easy way or the easiest way. Okay? So the easiest way is I go to Popeyes or Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I just buy cooked chicken breasts. I de-skin it, debone it, I chop up that chicken and put it in my vegetable soup. Now I got chicken vegetable soup. Okay? Or I buy chicken breasts, I cook them slow so they're nice and tender. I chop them up and I put it, and I got chicken vegetable soup. Almost no effort to it at all. And it's so healthy, you could feel it going through your veins. I feel healthier. You even pee healthier. I don't know if that's possible. So that's how I make the soup. Soupa. Okay, so Mookie and Randy are talking. Woody said too low again. I'm hitting the yellow and touching the red, so I know it's okay. Actually, what I could be hearing now, it's overmodulating. It's too loud. Okay. If you win, there's a possibility of you finally getting your hands on that camera that you want. Oh, Woody is just dreaming and drooling, but he's not in any hurry. Mookie says, one can only dream, Randy. One can only dream. Mookie, Elvis Presley, If I Can Dream, is one of my favorite songs. I gotta look and see if, I was gonna throw all my records away. We were cleaning the closet the other day, and I got at least 100 vinyl LPs. They're making a comeback, like film is making a comeback. Now, for film to make a comeback, it's basically dumb, because digital is so far ahead of film, it's no contest. So when you see these big names, huge names in photography, I'm shooting film now. You stupid buddy, you are just plain dumb, okay? Digital. Buy yourself a high megapixel digital camera. The 40, 50, 60 megapixels, the A1 from Sony. What does Canon have that's way up there? 45 megapixels. The R5C is supposed to be a fully developed stills image camera and a fully developed cinema camera, both of them in one with the fan. Oh my God! I should get one of those in here and test it out. Okay, so Bokeh Bashida Carlos says, I think we smaller channels really need hit it in 2025. It seems like YouTube is paying a little attention to us. That would be nice. Because look at my big channel. They're getting 200 to 500 views. How is that possible with 40,000 subscribers? Okay. Am I that bad where people don't want to watch me? I'm that bad? Okay. Where other people are soaring, okay, into over 100,000. So they will mark you. They keep track of every word that you say. And if you're on their shit list, they don't push you at all. They don't recommend you anywhere. So Randy says carbon dating is considered a reliable method for determining the age of organic materials, particularly for items. You sound like Wikipedia. Okay, it's not a reliable method. It's actually a fallacy method. Okay, and you need to go to a what do they call that? A creationist scientist to find out why. Okay, because things are not millions and billions of years old, and yet carbon dating does that. So it's not a reliable method unless they learn how to read it. Okay, so me and Randy are disagreeing on that, but that's okay. We love each other. It doesn't matter one bit. Randy doesn't do carbon dating. And I got a secret. I don't either. Bokeh Prosciutto, I'm in 2025. 2025 is going to be amazing. Okay, Randy is going carbon 14 atoms. You read what he said. Dun 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 dun. Oh wait, there's a part 2 to Randy's thing. So when you get down to the end, is not suitable for dating very old materials due to the relative short half-life of carbon 14. So Randy might know how and to make it reliable. Great. So Jim says that he's already up to 6 subscribers. That's you guys. You did that. You guys went over to Jim Out Loud and you subscribed. So thank you. That's what family is about. We maybe don't agree on every little thing that comes along the way. Like you say tomato, I say tamudo, okay? Potato, patudo, so on and so forth. But we love each other, and see, the love covers everything. I could disagree. Randy could tell me to be quiet, because I won't be quiet when he's talking to me. And he'll say, Peter, just stop. Be quiet, let me talk. And then I have to be quiet and be respectful to the old man in the group, which apparently Randy thinks he's the older one, okay? So, Bokeh Prosciutto, I'm now the 7th sub for Jim Out Loud. All right, there we go. Jim Out Loud. Woody, just subscribe to him. That's it. You guys are shining. You're shining your love. I rate my... Oh my God, don't tell me you have a Shark Hydrovac. Why didn't you tell me when we were on the phone? A 3 out of 5 for my uses. I wish I could love it. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I just want to vacuum and mop. Nothing heavy. Just mop everything. Clean up that milky, what do they call it? Chocolate milk water. And get rid of it. So maybe I need to look at the Bissell. Bissell makes a competitor to that. And it is called the Crosswave Pet Pro. Pro Pet? Or Pet Pro. So Bissell makes but the problem is it's $100 more. But maybe I could find a refurbished one or something. But for Scotty to say he doesn't like it, boy, that's pretty bad. Okay. I'm going to have to talk to you about that before I make my purchase. Jim Out Loud says, Carlos, Bokeh Prosciutto, thank you. You are awesome. And thank you to Woody Mallory. Roy Bixby, how you doing, Roy? Merry Christmas. You're in tomorrow, so you're still not in the new year. Doesn't the Ninja melt on the one burner? Okay. I remember talking about the one burner. I don't remember what we were talking about, but I remember it. So Randy says, I love grits and oatmeal with my cream and sugar. There you go. There you go. A man, well, he gets the frappe mocha. So anybody that goes in for the frappe mocha, you know he ain't half bad. You know he is right smack where he needs to be. Very excited for 2025. Randy says, next May, one niece is getting married, the other one is graduating high school, and then a cruise. A busy month. Well, May is what? January, February, March, April, May. 5 months. So you're getting closer. Hey, here's Shane. Hi, in the blues. How you doing in the blues? Oh man, what did I walk in on? I'm all over the place tonight. I'm having me a blast. I am having me a good old time. Wilma! That's the Flintstones. Okay, so, Philip. Kalosorises agapi. Who was that? That was the Greek connection, I think. Season's greeting from Montreal. I wish you a happy new year and a Merry Christmas. Christmas still going. I'm waiting for some gifts to come in. I'm going to buy me that Hydrovac or the Bissell now. Got to talk to Scotty. Scotty's the man. So Randy is saying, hey, Shane, how are you? You came in at the right time. Peter is getting exciting. Oh, my God, what was I talking? Because that was so long ago. Bouquet is saying, our friends have been feeding us amazing ice cream using avocado and dark chocolate, using her Ninja Creamy, but she won't give us the rest of the recipe. It's not hard to figure out, okay? And for her not to give you the recipe, what the hell? Is she going to sell the damn thing? She can only make one of them at a time. If she gets really busy, she can make 10. So you won't be cutting into her Mercedes, okay? So, but some women are that way. I'm not going to share, that hurts my nose. I'm not going to share my recipe. Well, I do have a recipe that I won't share. So I make baby back ribs, and I made some for Jim when he came over here. Not Jim, Justin, when he came over here from Texas. So I made my mother's recipe for the baby back ribs. And he took one bite and he said, don't you ever give this recipe out to anybody. This is one of the best barbecue sauces I have ever tasted. And I said, it's my mother's barbecue sauce. I just did a couple of things to make it different. He says, don't make a video. Don't put this recipe up. You could sell this recipe and make millions of dollars. Hey, did you know I was going to make millions of dollars? Now, who do I sell it to? I don't know, but I'm not going to give away that recipe. So I'm a recipe snob when it comes to my mother's barbecue recipe. Okay, so the avocado is a thickener with little to no taste. Okay, the dark chocolate is the part that adds flavor. Okay, so what the avocado is doing is it's replacing the eggs and what other items would thicken the ice cream, including the oils, because avocado's got oil in it, all right? So she's got to add something sweet. If she's doing it keto style, she's adding a fake sweetener. If she's doing it regular style, she's adding sugar, okay? She could also want to make it even taste a little creamier. She could be adding maybe a couple of tablespoons or even more of heavy cream, whipping cream, not half and half. You guys that think, I want to kick it up a notch and go from milk to half and half, you're doing the wrong thing, okay? If you're going to go for the fat, go for full fat where all of the goodness of the fat is there. Because when you go back down, they're taking out parts of your fat that's supposed to be for your body. Okay, so you're missing a sugar and you're missing a little bit of the cream taste, which the avocado is supposed to do. Okay, so she could have gone in any one of those directions, and if you're interested, they've got videos on how to make ice cream with avocado, how to make smoothies with avocado, and you can go that route. Or I use 50% water, 50% heavy cream. And that is my cream, okay? And I did learn one of the secrets to making a really good tasting ice cream, even for the creamy, okay? Because I've been making it quick in the blender, putting it in the freezer, is to actually cook it to 170 degrees. Because I do put egg yolks in my ice cream. I don't need to cook it because my eggs are pasteurized. Watch the beginning of this video. I teach you how to pasteurize your own eggs, okay? So I use the eggs. But when you cook the egg, okay, I'm crossing my leg. When you cook the egg, I'm getting comfortable here. The egg starts to cook, but it can only cook so far. So what happens is it thickens it up without flour or cornstarch, because you would put that in, and when you cook it, it actually will use that as the thickener, okay? So that is one of the secrets. And I find personally, on a personal basis, that chocolate seems to release its flavor, just like the teas that you use, do, Carlos. Why do they have to put the tea in the hot water? Why can't they put it in cold water? Because the warmth at the right temperatures causes the flavors to blossom. Chocolate will blossom. So all I do is I make my mixture in my blender, and rather than just putting it into the Ninja Creamy, do you know what a Ninja Creamy is? I'm just rattling on. It's a machine for making ice cream in reverse. So normally you make your mix, you have to use something for it to go round and round and churn it to make ice cream. Okay? So what a Ninja Creamy did, its genius, is you make your mix, you put it in a special jar, close it with the lid. It's got to go in the freezer for 24 hours. So the freezing action is done by your freezer. It's in reverse, okay? Then when you're ready to make ice cream, you take the container out, you put it in this machine that comes down with a spinning blade, kind of like a meat slicer on a drill bit, okay? And it plunges all the way down through your frozen, comes back up, okay? And when you do it enough times for your liking, it comes out either like a soft serve and it's ice cream, or it comes out a little harder and it tastes really good because it's up to your recipe. So if it tastes bad, guess who's at fault? You! You have a stinky recipe. Okay, so that's what the Ninja Creamy is that Carlos is talking about. It has actually, I've got one. I actually go through cycles. I'll go where every night I got to have me some ice cream. And I have, I think, 8 of those containers. They're 1-pint containers, okay? And I whip it up in the blender and pour it in there. Now I make my mix in the blender. I bring it up to 170 degrees with a thermometer, okay? Then I let it cool, or I don't let it cool, and put it into the container. It's a plastic container, okay? And put it in the freezer. By the next day, I forgot that I made it hot, but it seems the heat gives it that little bit of a punch, and the ice cream is so good, I'd rather have that than the store-bought ice cream, honest to God. And that's saying something, and I'm not lying. You know why I'm not lying? Because they gave me some ice cream for Christmas. Because I like ice cream from a place called Magic Cow. It's in Fort Lauderdale area, okay? And that is supposedly my favorite ice cream. Well, one of the kids bought me a pint of ice cream as a Christmas gift, okay? So I've had some for 2 days now, just a few teaspoons, and I'm going like, they changed the recipe. They probably didn't. My ice cream is that much more creamier, that much tastier. It took me a while for that to register, to sink into my head. Dang, my ice cream, tastes better than the ice cream that people line up for to buy it. Bokeh Bashudo said that 21 are watching. It's showing 20 now, so maybe it did. Wow. That's a Christmas present for me. Thank you for everybody that's watching. Okay? I do appreciate it so much. If you want to make a comment, I do want you to be a subscriber. That slows down the bots that just plummet you and hit you with porn things, like 5 in a row. So in order to actually make a comment, just say hi, say Merry Christmas, say Happy New Year. You have to subscribe. You can unsubscribe, but stay. I'd rather you stayed with me. How about, I can't get any worse than I am now. Okay. I will go on tangents cooking. I will go on tangents pertaining to Christianity because I'm a Christian. I respect everyone's faith and lack of faith. I don't tell anybody what they have to do. But that doesn't shut me up. I get to share my faith. My faith is in the person we just had the birthday party for. Happy birthday to Jesus. Happy birthday to Jesus. Happy birthday, dear Jesus. Happy birthday to you. So I do stuff like that. Or I'll get into a Bible verse and talk about that. Or, believe it or not, I get into cameras. Who would have thought, of all the things in the world, I would actually get into cameras and photography, okay? But it's been known to happen. So, this way you and your wife have to go back. That is why she is not giving the recipe. Oh, it's this way you have to go back. Okay. They want company. They want it that bad. They're tempting you. They're tempting you with goods, of morsels of tasty things to eat, Randy. They're tempting you with these morsels, tasty morsels. And it just makes you go, yeah, we're going back. We're going to have some, yeah, we're going back. We're going to have some of that ice cream. So Bouquet is going like, exactly, Randy. And in the blues, he's a jazz guitarist, a mighty fine one. Randy Brainer, how's things, mate? I'm well, thank you. Okay, so he's responding. And Randy's going, oh, I'm fine. Everything is fine here. The neighbors are great. The neighborhood is fine. Thank you for asking in the blues. That's, it's our kind of way of loving each other. Speaking of loving each other, here's my buddy Norm. Norm, you're not mad at me or anything, right? You're not even saying hi. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, the last time I photographed an eagle, it was in the West Yellowstone Park. As soon as I brought my camera to my eye level, the eagle let loose a dropping the size of a 5-egg omelet. Wear a hat. Wear a hat. It took 30 minutes for me to scrape it off. Norm, I bet you your head was shining. You didn't wear a hat. Okay, and they thought that you were one of the eggs, and so they were aiming for the nest. So they targeted you, Norm. They targeted you, buddy. So, Norm, was it bird or snow droppings? Oh, you guys are getting funny. Bird, big bird, big bird. That eagle had a wingspan of about 4 feet, maybe more. It was giant. It was huge. It was the biggest bird I ever saw in my life. It was so big. The bird was this big. It's the old fish story. Okay. So, Randy says, Norm, get a cat. Then you will have hairballs instead of droppings. I remember that Hoover used to be the best. Yes, they did. Actually, we do have a Hoover, but it's not a wetback. See, I'm trying to combine the mopping and the vacuuming into something electric so that I could push a button, boys and their toys, push a button, gadgets, GAS, and I could just vacuum the floor. As I'm vacuuming the floor, I will see dirty water being sucked up off the floor and put in the lower tank. And this is the way I want to live, mopping a floor with something with electrical running through it. Something that goes round and round. And something that pisses. Psst, or sprays. Pisses, sprays, same thing. I guess it depends on your age. Okay? And by the time I finish vacuuming from one end to the other, I'll give you a serious sentence, it'll be done. And I won't be winded. I actually either have to break up the mopping now, because it's going, like I'm swabbing a deck. Anybody ever been in the Navy? I'm swabbing the damn deck. And my arms get tired. My chest gets tired. I'm breathing heavy. And I get about halfway through and I have to sit here and I have to actually get my breath so I can go finish the other part of the floor. When there's electrical pieces of equipment where I could turn the damn thing on and it'll vacuum and suck up the dirt, where it'll put down water, if I put hot water, and suck it back up. It's a professional sucker. I want to buy a professional sucker. I want to buy an electric sucker for the floor. Get your mind out of the gutter. Okay? I got the other kind in my... No, never mind. Okay. So Randy says the Hoover. Well, they used to call it hoovering the carpet. They didn't even say vacuum the carpet. They used to say, oh, I have to hoover the carpet this weekend. And that meant that she had to vacuum the carpet. Because the guys never did the vacuuming. Well, how come I got stuck doing everything in here? I vacuum, I wash the windows, I load the dishwasher, I unload the dishwasher. It's like, damn! We need another person in here that will do some chores. Okay, let's go back to the hoovering. Oh, it's still up. Peter is in a serious rare form this evening. What am I doing that's different? I took my pill tonight. That's what I did. I normally don't take my pill, Carlos. I got one pill that reminds me to take the second pill. And the second pill is to give me lower blood pressure. And the third pill, I don't even remember what the third pill is for, but I take it because I have pill number 1, pill number 2, pill number 3, and there's 5 pills. So I have to go through 5 pills, one after the other. And one makes me wake up like that, and the other makes me go to sleep like that. Let's not do the bird. Let's not do the fingers. It's going to make a bad thing there. Okay. Tim Hunter's here. You have a show, don't you, Tim? Hope everybody, you all had a brilliant Christmas. Thank you, Muttley8303. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy you came in. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And best of all, listen with your ear. Have a Happy New Year. That song is just for you. I don't have reverb tonight. I took so many things apart that I didn't get it all back together. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in, Mutt. Are you a Heinz 57? Shane says, I missed the start, Peter. How are you finding the S9 so far? She's a beauty. She hasn't, I don't even think she's had a focus mishap. And I raised the ISO from 500 to 640, but it was a little bit too bright. So I raised where it says f-stop 1.8, I raised the f-stop to 2.0. Background, the bokeh, Carlos would be proud of me. Bokeh Bashuta would be totally proud of me. My bokeh is off the wall. Just look at it. Different camera, same bokeh though. So the S9, she's a beauty. Okay, she is a beauty. Highly recommended. Okay. So how am I finding the S9? The S9, you made a video on the S9 as a travel camera. Yeah, the S9, especially with the 18 to 40. Okay. If you're not ISO sensitive, I go up to 25,600. And unless I'm going to make something big, which is like 1 out of a million, the noise is of no matter. Anybody ever said anything to me about noise, I'd give them one of my very special fingers, okay? Because the noise is just not observable, okay? Unless we're doing noise shopping. Now, if you're doing noise shopping, okay, I'm sure at 25,600 you would find some noise. But for general photography, even nighttime, okay, I do have to make one where I walk around outside at night, so I can put that up. Roy says, coffee ice cream, anybody? Yeah. I have the instant ice cream. I mean, instant coffee. But if you're one of those snobs that won't do the instant coffee, I have Juan Valdez instant coffee. It's in a jar. And you just mix it with warm water from the sink. You make it into a liquid. Okay. Pour it in. You got chocolate coffee ice cream. If you don't think that's good, okay, that'd be good stuff. Roy says, was it the big bird from Sesame Street? Roy, you're a big boy now. You have to stop watching Sesame Street. You can watch Winnie the Pooh if you want, okay? But Sesame Street, well, okay. You can watch Sesame Street if you want to. Just, I wouldn't broadcast that you watch Sesame Street, okay? But that is pretty good. So Mark is here. I was talking about you. You probably got embarrassed. Hey, Peter, how's it going? Did Santa Claus bring you any cameras? No, Santa Claus was a little on the quiet side, but I did get some Amazon gift certificates, and I'm aiming for that vacuum hydro vac from Shark. Okay? But now that brand is up in the air. We're going to have to talk to Scotty about it. But I was talking about you. You got a damn sexy bedroom eyes face. And you're going like, oh, the Miami Dolphins. Up, 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 up. And I'm betting women are just throwing themselves at your feet. You're making the women wet. You're just like, you are a wet dream. You're so freaking sexy. A hot Italian with bedroom eyes, talking about sports, and a very low, sexy voice. See, I told you I was going to get you embarrassed. Okay? But it's true. And I was just telling that to one of the girls I was talking. I said, you want to watch a cool guy? You don't like sports? You need to watch this guy. He's a friend of mine. Okay? And you tell me if you're not going to sit there and watch him. So I told her how to find you. So that's what she's doing. And here's his channel. The Sex Center. Oh, I'm sorry, the Sports Center. The Sports Corner. Peter, how do I get more subscribers? First, don't stop doing what you're doing. Number one, okay? Don't get frustrated and think, oh, it's not working. Look, how many years I've been here? I can't get to 500 subscribers. Should I quit? No. Love what you're doing and do it because you love it. Now, look at it with an open mind and see what could give additional value to the people that are watching. Is there a part of it that maybe you could share, okay, that would attract people? It's all about attracting people, okay? Obviously, I don't attract people except for you guys. So you guys, I don't know why you come. Maybe you like me just a little bit, all right? But first of all, don't stop doing what you're doing. You did up your quality. I noticed that. You also changed your set, or you decided to record somewhere else because of Christmas or something. You didn't give an explanation. That's a good point. Maybe in your own way. Don't do it because I say it, Mark. This has got to be 100% you, buddy, okay? It cannot be somebody else. You got to be yourself. Be a little more personal. If you lost the bet, tell them you bet and you lost on this bet, okay? Be a little more interactive with the people that are watching. They're watching you for a reason, okay? You've got their attention. You're on their phone, okay? So give them a little more value wherever you think it's available, and don't go crazy. All right. When I say I'm pointing out how sexy you look, well, that's just your look. There's a gazillion guys out there that are sexy, so don't think I'm just patting you on the back. You do have a very good-looking, clean face, haircut, voice. You've got Italian eyes that when you blink in slow motion. Women will find that sexy. Okay. Now, men will just ignore it, but they'll find you appealing. They're not dead, so they could tell when it's a good-looking guy, okay? So just give the men a little more value somehow. Be a little more human. I get on here. I think I'm doing something good. It's not generating more subscribers, okay? But I try to expose myself a little bit. If I'm hurting, I'll say I'm hurting. I'm in a depression, or I'm very happy, or I cut my finger. Like that finger, I cut it, okay? And I try very hard not to get nasty, but to be good enough to be in with the boys, okay? Because boys are not all sweet and mushy. They like to... Now, I'm not going to cuss, okay? You can cuss. You do whatever you want, all right? So just look at your overall presentation and see what you could do to connect with the person that's already there viewing. You're looking for more subscribers. You want to keep the ones that you've got, make them happier so that they will recommend you. All right? That's your launching pad, your launching point. And I don't know enough about sports to tell you, like I told Simon, focus on getting, especially with his wife, is Chinese. He gets inside information. Focus on new camera releases, on secrets and rumors that are being released. And he did what I told him. And he's up close to 100,000 subscribers. So, look for where you're fitting in the market. You do have subscribers. You do have a following. You do have viewers. You just want it to go better and better. Now, we are in a holiday season, but we're also going to be gearing up more for football season. So, any of you guys that are out there that are much more into sports than I am, go to the Sports Corner, okay, where his channel is, and give him some feedback. Do it right there on the comments. If he doesn't like a comment, he can remove it. So he's not bashful, you know. He's Italian. He doesn't like what you do. You'll get someone to take care of it, okay? You know what I mean? So give him your opinions, not only mine. I'm just not into sports that much. I just know a few like quarterbacks or something, and I follow them because they portray their Christianity, and that makes me happy. And I like, who is that guy? Patrick, somebody. Patrick, think, Peter, think. Patrick, he's won 2 or 3 times in the Super Bowl. Well, whatever his name is. Okay? He's building a beautiful family. He's a really nice guy. So I root for him. Don't know a single thing about the team. I don't even care. I don't want to say I don't like football because it sounds blasphemy, but I don't. I actually like soccer better than I like football. But I'm not a sports kind of guy. I like to sing. I like to be in front of the camera. I like to grab a mic and say, hey, you in the front there. You with the stupid hat. Yeah, pay attention. I'm up here. What you looking at the girl next to you? Is she your wife? No. Is she your girlfriend? No. Oh, you're trying to pick her up? Is that what you're trying to do? Hey, lady, the guy that's sitting there right next to you, he's trying to pick you up. Okay, whatever. So, anyway, I did see a short that I thought was completely hilarious. I tried to tell it to Sly, and she guessed the ending before I got to say it. So there's this newly married couple, and she's there, and they're both facing the camera, and she goes, hey, sweetie, you know, and she's like one of these almost Valley girls, okay? Hey, sweetie, maybe we could sell your motorcycle, and we can use that money to take just trips with you and I. And he goes, honey, you're starting to sound like my ex-wife. And she says, I didn't know you were married before. He says, I wasn't. I laughed so hard. He's going to get rid of her. Going to get rid of his damn motorcycle. Okay, anyway, so that is my buddy Mark. Here is my buddy, the big boy in Jersey. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sammy. New Year's is coming up, and what are you doing up so late? Go to bed. You belong in bed. So, anyway, I love you, Sammy, and to all my crew in Jersey. I love all of you guys. Scotty says, using the Canon R6, is there a perfect medium ISO for stills photography, 800? On the R6, I don't think there's a problem with any ISO. It's your fault, okay, for not liking an ISO because you're looking at it too closely. I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying the R6, very clean camera. In the blues, I have 2 18 to 40 millimeter lenses and the 26 f8 manual focus. They're excellent. I have another Lumix S and Sigma Plus some Leica lenses. All are good. Yeah, I know he likes his stuff. So Mark is saying, haha, thanks, Peter. I didn't say that to embarrass you. I'm looking at your honest-to-God qualifications. If you can't look at yourself or you can't look at somebody and give an honest estimate, then you're holding back, and I'm not going to do that. I care about you. You've been too long with me for me to hold back, okay? So the face is there. You've got the gift of gab, okay? So In the Blues is talking to Sammy and saying hi. And In the Blues is talking to his Sports Corner. We're talking about Mark, okay? Make the videos fun, valuable, or entertaining, or all three. Make hot topic trending content also helps. Oh, making hot topic trending content also helps. Okay, I just thought of something. It might not be any good, Mark. If there is a controversy or something about the team, that might make people listen to find out, hey, what's that about? this guy was arrested. I saw a football player was arrested for something. Okay. And you can slide that in there, make it fun, valuable, entertaining, and hot topic trending. So In the Blues has got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. That's good advice. Sammy Superstar, I am staying up later and later and sleeping later and later and waking up later and later. The only problem is remember what day it is. Oh, Randy is so funny. So Mark is saying, thanks In the Blues. I'll keep that in mind as well, Peter. I do way better on TikTok. I got over 31,000 views on one of them just recently. You go for it, dude, if you've got that kind of success. Get your head out of the dirt and go for where it's running. When the water's running hot, stick your toes there. Okay? Don't give up the other part. Just do them in tandem. Put one up here and then put the copy of it over there. And if it was the reverse, put the copy up on YouTube, put the main one there, and put a copy up on TikTok. Okay? So they don't care about us, not one bit. So work them. Work the hell out of them. Okay? Whatever you could do, do it. All right, guys. The very next show I do, unless I do a surprise show, which probably it will be in the new year. It'll go from 2024 to 2025. Say that 5 times fast. 2024 to 2025. I'm spitting. I'm drooling over here. All right. I love you guys. I will catch you later. If you're watching this on the rewind, meaning after the show, the live part, but I still recorded it and it's going to be there. So I haven't moved. You could just watch this or listen to it like on an iPod. Just listen to the audio while you're driving down the street. Don't be watching your phone when you're driving down the street. Good golly, Miss Molly, don't do that. Okay? I need you around. I need every subscriber I can get. Don't become a dead one. Stay alive. I want you to breathe. Breathe deep. In, out. In, out. Okay? And if you can't get that fixed, you call Carlos and he'll put you on the couch. And he'll fix you right up. Okay, that's the Daily Man or Bouquet Bushido. All right, guys, I love you. I pray for each and every one of you to have what? A safe, blessed, prosperous, protected new year for all of 2025. Prosperous, included. Lots of blessings, health, money. I have more than enough. That's what I pray for you right now. And then this week when I do my prayers, I will be praying that. All right, that's the end of our show. Can you take it? That's it. I'm going to go. Don't cry, okay? You be good. Don't become bad. Love you guys. All right. I'm sorry for all the joking tonight. I do love you. I'm in a uppity, happy mood. And what did we do? Oh, we went 2 hours. Holy cow. Boy. This guy doesn't shut up for a minute. All right. I love you. Bye.